Ready to get it started here in Southlake. It is pink out night. It is senior night as the Carroll Dragons and the Bell Blue Raiders get set to do it. Chuck Kelly, Kelly Milligan, and Travis Smith. The Dragons are going to kick off to start the football game. Bell won the toss, selected to receive, and Jake Oldroyd with the Sewell Cadillac of Grapevine kickoff that goes 8 yards deep. Right now, cloudy skies in Southlake, 64 degrees. The wind lazily blowing the flags down at the west end zone, probably about 10 miles an hour out of the northwest. As on first down and 10, Bell from its own 25-yard line doesn't even get the snap off before the play is blown dead, and there's going to be a procedure, I do believe, the call on the field.
64 on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Inclined to do so tonight, so if they were introduced. On first down and 15, a handoff goes to Terry Pace, and he'll get a yard from the 20 out to the 21 before Ivy Seacat and Robert Barnes make the tackle. Starting lineups brought to you by Mustang Elite Car Wash. Dominique Lawson, the starting quarterback for Bell, the 6'1 senior. Pace starts in the backfield. At the running back position, he and Ivy Trailer will be the guys in the backfield from time to time as they'll send a man out in motion. They've got two receivers now. Out to the right, set up a wing to the left. Now bring a man in motion back to the left. Jet sweep handoff goes Buck, the strong safety for the Dragons. So Pace and Trailer in the backfield. The receivers are Jahari Hill, Ricky Walton, Tyler Masel, and Takorian Howard. Watch this guy. He's called Taco, 6'3", 200-pound senior. He beats the bill as a good receiver, 15 catches, 149 yards, and a touchdown on the year. Third down and 11 early, just underway, no score. Bell with the ball going from right to left in the white uniforms with the blue headgear as the pass over on the right sideline to the 30-yard line is complete. Taco Howard brings it home. Ebo was in the coverage, a gain of 7, but not enough for the first down as it'll bring up a fourth down in a punting situation just into the ball game. Let's go ahead and give you the rest of the Bell offense. He'll be back out in a moment. The left tackle is Brendan Witherspoon, a returning starter, 6'3", 300-pound center. Chris Beckham, 6'5", 265, and a sophomore. The right guard is Chase Steelman, 6'1", sophomore, weighs 275. The right tackle, Donovan Gladden. He is the glue of this offense. He's 6'2", 260, and a junior. As the punt by All-State punter Tyler Dunlop, beg your pardon, goes out of bounds in Carroll territory. In fact, it was a fair catch call, beg your pardon, at the 22-yard line is where they haul it in. Jackson Davis was the one that made the grab. And a 47-yard punt. Carroll will start first and 10 from its 22-yard line. The Dragon offense with Mason Holmes coming out at quarterback, Lil Jordan Humphrey, and Shamar Coleman will start in the backfield. They'll line up three receivers to the right. That's the open side of the field. And Bell will put 4 across the defensive front as the Dragons go out with a modified pistol on first down. Humphrey will skip out across the 20 to the 22 to the 25, but 2 flags fly, and it was Coleman actually who caught the football, and Coleman is the one who is bumped out at the 25, and we'll see what this infraction is. The Dragons look like they're going to be coming back, possibly a block in the back. We'll take a look and see. Lucas Tribble, Anton Ezzard, Noah Hubble, Chase Sanford, and Carson Green.
We have holding, number 2 on the offense. Illegal block in the back, number 4 offense. Will be a 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Well, take your pick on what you want. What do you want the call to be? The Dragons going to be penalized back to the 12-yard line, and it's going to be a first down. So line up 3 receivers to the left, 1 short side to the right. Bell started first and 15, so the Dragons starting first and 20. A little quid pro quo, a dump out. This time it is Humphrey who's caught it over on the left side at the 15, gets to the 20, and he's run out of bounds up around the 30-yard line by DeQuaylen Hill, the free safety for the Bell Blue Raiders.
Initial contact made at about the 22-yard line. Hill and Humphrey kind of waltzed their way to the 30. Lil Jordan kept going forward. DeQuaylen at 5'10", 170, not big enough to get him down.
Second down and 8 from the Dragon 25-yard line. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Good defensive play. Shamar Coleman was the intended receiver, but DeQuaylen Hill, a guy that we heard Coach Mike Glaze talk about, he's a good one there from the safety position, and he made that play.
He did. Perfect use of the hands at exactly the right time, exactly the way he needed to.
Johansson and Farrar slot to the near side. Two receivers also to the left. That is the short side of the field as they snap it to Holmes on 3rd and 7. Has time. Throws over on the right side. Caught Farrar. Turns at his 40-yard line. Gets away from one defender and will get out near the 44. A gain of 19 yards on the play and a Dragon first down as Hill and Dillard on the stop for LD Bell, but the Dragons are the first down of the contest.
That's not really the way you want to play coverage on Zach Farrar. You had two guys that were both about 5 yards off of him. All kinds of time to concentrate on making the catch.
Here comes Shamar Coleman from left to right. They give him a little pitch pass as he comes around for the 40-45 down the boundary across the 50 and into Bell territory at the 40-yard line. He gets all the way down to the 36 is where they'll mark him. Again, that's a pass play from Mason Holmes to show on the move.
Holmes 3 of 4 for 52 yards on the night. He's off to a really good start.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Again, 4 down linemen for Bell. As a shotgun snap to Mason Holmes, has protection, throws over to the left side, caught at the 20-yard line. It is Cam Duhan as the senior will spin his way inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Just beyond the hash, it's a gain of 18 yards. Trace Ingram, the junior, on the tackle. Another Dragon first down.
Holmes does a great job finding his guy open in a little spot in the zone. Again, nobody within 5 yards of Duhan.
Here is the handoff, and coming around from left to right is Shamar Coleman. Eludes a tackler at the 15 and will duck inside to the 10-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on the play. Devontae Dawson was the one on the tackle. We've got a timeout, I think, called on the field. As, yeah, we do. Timeout called. Let's break with them. 8:49 to go opening quarter. No score. Well, Bell wanted a timeout to try to settle things down. Carroll's marched it right down the field. It's 2nd down and 3 for the Bell 11-yard line, and the Dragons are going to go out of the Wildcat formation. Although they can't seem to get the players where they want them, they still got plenty of time on the play clock. As now maybe they are saying, nah, let's don't do the Wildcat thing because Holmes is still in the backfield. And yep, he's going to go to the quarterback position. Humphrey lines up just to his 10, cuts to the 5, burrows to the goal line. He's down at the 1 as Blake Jenkins, the leader of this Blue Raider defense from his nose tackle spot, made the grab on the running back. Give him the 2-yard line, a gain of 9 yards. Dragons come right back to the line of scrimmage. In a hurry, Holmes takes the snap. He will hand it off. Running play. It is Lil Jordan Humphrey toward the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Touchdown for Lil Jordan Humphrey. That is his 54th career score for the Dragons. And with 8:29 to go in the opening quarter, Carroll's on top, 6-0.
Nice second effort on an inside zone run. They got him in the backfield. He just kept the legs driving, pushed through the tackle and on into the end zone for the score.
Cole Ramage is perfect on the year in point after attempts, 45 of 45. 8:29 to go first quarter, Carroll on top. It's the Dragons 7 and the Blue Raiders nothing. The Dragons scoring drive, 8 plays, 78 yards, a minute and 42 seconds, although statistician Brian Sperry points out actually an 88-yard drive after the 10-yard penalty. As the 2-yard touchdown run by Lil Jordan Humphrey, and the PAT makes it 7-0 in the Sewell Cadillac of Grapevine kickoff from Jake Oldroyd out of the end zone, and it will be Bell starting from its 25. First down and 10, LD Bell from its 25-yard line, 7-0, Carroll on top, 8:29 to go here in the first quarter. As out of the shotgun snap, Lawson faked the handoff, and Dominique Lawson, the senior, goes straight ahead near the line of scrimmage. Actually said he got dropped at the 24, a loss of one. Ivy Seacat and Jacob Nate Travis.
Bell quarterback Dominic Lawson is the guy you want to keep an eye on. He is the one that has got 3 100-yard rushing games, the most by any Bell in the backfield. So he's the guy you want to keep an eye on.
Shotgun snap to Lawson at a lead block, and he falls him to the left side for the line of scrimmage, the 24. They'll get to the 26, maybe a half yard more. Mark him down after a gain of 3 on the play. Barnes and Ryan Thompson on the tackle for the Dragons. So a third down and 11 coming.
Sorry, Chuck. What Bell's trying to do on these first 2 downs is get the defense running one way. They go power to the left side or the right side on first down, and then Lawson tries to sneak it up the middle. Carroll doesn't bite. Second time they try to set up power to the left, and then Lawson again trying to find a crease the other way, and Carroll not having any of it.
Dragons cheating up an extra down lineman. They've got 4 across the front. Is on third down. Bounces out across the 30, gets to the 35, and he has the first down to the 36. Luke Jeter finally got him, but a 9-yard pickup for Dominic Lawson, who again was doing the pinball thing in amongst the Oaks, and he finally got the first down yardage needed.
Well, one of the guys he pinballed off was Robert Barnes, who had a pretty good shot at him for what would have been about a 1-yard gain, but just nice elusiveness by Lawson, the senior quarterback.
First down and 10. Bell from its own 36-yard line snapped to Lawson to put it in the belly of Traylor, and he goes right side across the 35 to the 40. Nope, marked him down with a knee at the 39, so back him up a yard. Be a gain of about 3 on the play. Ivy Seacat, the first one there. Barrett Buck came second. Dragon defense, Ryan Miller, Luke Jeter, and Jacob Doddridge across the front. Ryan Thompson, Grant McFarland, the outside linebackers, Ivy Seacat, and Robert Barnes. Caught by Ricky Walton, and immediately Jacob Murphy brings him down. It's a gain of 2 yards on the play.
Tremendous play by Murphy. Little swing pass out on the perimeter. Receiver makes the catch, and he's got room to run. Murphy comes flying in to make the ankle tackle before he can turn upfield. That was really well done by the junior in his spot starting role tonight.
Third down and 5 from the 41. Dragons on top 7-0 halfway through the first quarter. Bell 1 of 2 on third down tries. The Dragons now with 5 across the front as they go with a heavy lineup to the right side offensively as the snap to Lawson fakes the handoff to Traylor, and then Lawson gets pulled down for a loss of 2 yards back to the 39. Ryan Thompson, the sophomore, on the tackle for the Dragons. So Bell keeps it fairly close to the vest right there and gets stopped again. Fourth down, and it's
into the backfield by, I think it was Ryan Miller, and Lawson couldn't get around him, so he couldn't get going, and that held him up long enough for the Dragon defense to make the stop.
47-yard punt the first time for Tyler Dunlop, and the All-State punter puts the foot into it and rolls it down to the Dragon 15-yard line, picked up on a hop by Jackson Davis and was bumped to the boundary. A 45-yard punt that time, and Carroll will start deep in its own end. They'll call it the 16. 5:21 to go in the first quarter. Dragons leading 7-0. Mr. Holmes, first down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Mason Holmes out of the shotgun, takes the snap, throws deep, one-on-one coverage, and it's incomplete. Actually, another defensive back sneaking back, trying to get a hand on Zach Farrar, as it was DeQuaylen Hill and Devontae Dawson who wound up bracketing him.
And the ball was beautifully thrown, just a little bit long for Farrar, but you know, you got to keep that secondary honest. So even if you don't think you're going to complete that, air it out, keep the safeties deep, opens up things in the underneath passing game and in the running game. So not a bad play, a gamble you take.
Farrar comes out, Tommy Kane is in. He is the wide out to the right side. It is Cam Duhan to the left. He's out to the left, so snap it to Holmes and handoff up the middle. Will Jordan Humphrey gets quickly across the 25, still running to the 30 and out to the 33 as he gets over near the numbers before he's dropped. A gain of 17, Malik Caper and Nick Dillard on the tackle for the Blue Raider defense. Now Caper, something to point out about him, you don't see a lot in 6A football, Kelly. He's a freshman. And a good one.
You wouldn't call him a freshman anymore after 9 games. He's battle-tested, but he is a very good one.
First down and 10 for the 33-yard line. Dragons with the ball up 7-0. 3 receivers this time to the right. Snap to Holmes, and he will ride it on the zone read and hand it off to Lil Jordan Humphrey. But left guard for a pickup of about 4 as he gets out to the 37-yard line, as it was Eric Heron, junior backup defensive tackle, on the stop for the Blue Raiders. It was 32 yards, getting him up to 987 on the year. He needs 13 more to get to 1,000 here in his senior season. Here's Holmes taking the shotgun snap, rolls to his left and spins, throws back to the right, and it's incomplete. It was deflected. Cullen Killo was the one who got a hand on it, and fortunately, I guess so, because it looked like the nearest receiver was the guy wearing an eligible number for the Dragons.
Well, and there's a flag down at about the 34-yard line.
Sides, number 9 on the defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
So they're going to mark it 5 yards on the offside penalty, so all of what I just called didn't matter one whit.
I like the play, though. The design of the play, again, you have everybody thinking Carroll's going to go to their left. Holmes sort of wheels and fires to the left.
And a yard. Carroll off the left side hash from its 42-yard line. Here comes pressure. Holmes gets rid of it. One-on-one deep downfield. Deflected and almost caught down at the 25-yard line by Cam Duhon. Dillard, the quarterback, went out and got a hand on it, knocked it in the air, and it was Duhon behind him that said, hey, got it? No, not quite.
Almost. That was very nearly a tremendous catch by Duhon. Well defended, though, by Dillard, because that ball thrown on a rope, that would have been 6 if Duhon had hauled it in.
The Dragons on the year on third down tries are converting 53% of the time. They need a yard here from the 42. It's a running play. Humphrey down the left sideline has the first down across the 50, gets to the 45-yard line, down to the 40, and down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 23 yards. In yards rushing in this is senior season.
Made that look easy, just a little stretch play off to the left side, and when he hit the sideline, he got the engines going, and he was rolling.
Here's the toss. Shamar Cole first out, pass Holmes over the right sideline. Has his feet knocked under him after a gain of a yard. Quarterback Blue Raiders 3-5 clock running first quarter. Dragons on top 0-0.
Dragons looking good early. You know, they seem to be doing what they want to do, not breaking a sweat here. They're running the ball a little more.
Johansson, Duhon, and Coleman about the side as the Holmes, and he's going to throw over the middle, and the pass is caught by Cam Duhon. Shakes out of it to the 30 as he'll get the pickup to the Lazo is the first here, the weak side linebacker, and Landon Giles play after the by Humphrey a moment ago, taking it down to the 30, and it's a 5 here. Holmes, Dragons 2 of 2 on third down tries. Mason find a receiver, so he'll take it down. Stumbles as he got tripped at the 35, gets down to the 30, and he'll be short of what he needs for the first down as he actually just got to the line of on the tackle for also the Dragons. Fourth down and long.
Showing pressure in a lot of different. They'll stunt a lot with their front six. They will throw a variety of different. They don't ever send the house. They've always got somebody in a different direction, and that's how he's able to get free of that Bell defense. That was played.
Dragons have no interest in the field right here. It's fourth down to the 30, and here's the snap to Mason Holmes. Going to throw deep on the left side. It's caught for the first down inside the 20. Sidelines goes Tommy Kane as he spins inside the 15 down to the 12. It's a 17-yard gain as Kane with the catch of the year. Dillard bumped him for Dragons.
That's real confidence in your offense, particularly your pass protection. Send Holmes back deep at the pocket, give him the time to look around, and wide open receiver. That's an easy fourth down conversion.
There you go with the two running backs. The Shamar around the left. And somebody's helmet popped off at one back, and he gets knocked down for a loss on the play. Eye on the tackle.
He got popped pretty good too. We watched the replay. The moment of impact, the bonnet goes flying. That'll be 2nd and 11.
Coleman looks none the worse for wear as he comes off to the near side. Of course, he has to go out for a play after losing the headgear.
He's smiling. This is fun, getting your helmet knocked off. That's a good time.
Timeout on the field called by Carroll. 1:49 to go first quarter. Nothing. Chuck Kelly, Kelly Milligan, Travis Smith on the sideline, and the rest of our Metro. Reminder next week, Cedar Hill right here at Dragon Stadium. Second down and 11. The ball marked just back at the 13-yard line as Carroll put one receiver left, 3 to the right. Holmes going to throw for the end zone, has a man there. It is caught. It's a touchdown for Zach Farrar as the senior hauls in his 39th catch of the year, his 16th touchdown, and the Dragons lead it 13-0.
Really nice touch on that ball. You know, you can't just burn it in there. You got to kind of get some loft on it. He put that ball exactly where it needed to be for Farrar, running that little post corner route into the end zone. That was an easy one.
County Commissioner Gary Fickus brings you the point after attempt. Now Ramage out of the hold of Montana Murphy, who gets it on the tee, and the kick up and good. Timeout with 1:42 to go here in the first quarter. Our new score becomes Carroll 14. Out. Kickoff fumbled at the goal line, picked up there by Ricky Walton. He'll bring it middle of the field to the 10 to the 15, gets to the 16-yard line, 10 yards to go.
Kickoff by Jake Oldroyd. Returned by Ricky Walton.
As the pass over on the right side is incomplete on 1st and 10. It was intended for Taco Howard. Obi Ebo was over the coverage, so we had Taco being covered by Obi.
On the play for the Dragons. Second down, Raiders.
Second down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Snap it to Lawson. Fake the handoff. He'll keep it behind blockers as he goes to the right from the 15 out to the 20. Be a gain on the play of about 4 yards. Ryan Thompson is on the tackle for the Dragons along with another Ryan. That's Mr. Miller. And it'll bring up third down to a minute and 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Third down and 6 from the 20, and the pass over on the left side. The slant beyond the 25 is going to be caught. Was it? I thought he got it. No, I guess not.
One guy signaling incomplete.
All right, second look from up here where we are, but it is an incomplete pass. And Bell will punt it away.
So again, Bell having a hard time getting anything on track. This is not an offense that's built to throw. They run it almost 70% of the time. Passing just counts for 35% of their yards, but they haven't been able to get the ground game going. They've had to throw.
Tyler Dunlop with a high bombing kick that's fielded down around the 33-yard line. In fact, dropped and picked up by Jackson Davis. So at the 33 is where they'll spot it. 47 yards on the punt from All-State punter Tyler Dunlop. We've got a Duff's Famous Wings sideline update. Here's Travis.
I was real surprised that the Dragons didn't try to kick a field goal back on that fourth down. It would have been about a 47-yard field goal. Cole Ramage has only kicked 4 field goals all year, the longest being 37, and that's not because he doesn't have a good leg. He's your field goal kicker to kick you a big one in a game coming up, so I'd like to have seen him get some action.
First down and 10 from the 33-yard line. The Dragons over the football again, going from left to right. Green uniform tops over the white pants, white headgear, iconic Dragon emblem on the side of the helmet. Bell in the white uniform, tops and bottoms with the blue numerals and trim, blue headgear. The Bell emblem on the side of the helmet. As it'll be first down and 10. Again from the 33. Shotgun snap to Holmes. Going to throw deep on the right side. Got one-on-one. And there is another catch made by Zach Farrar at the 35-yard line, working on Devontae Dawson, the junior. So 32 yards on that pass play. Farrar at 6'4", working on the 5'10" Dawson. And 3 catches, now 64.
Much better job down the stretch with concentration as he's got the guy hanging on him. He pulls that down in coverage. It was well done.
Out of the pistol, here's the snap to Holmes, hands it to Humphrey, turns around, flea flicker, and a deep pass over the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Jack Johansson. Malik Caper, the freshman, was back in the coverage, so the Dragons try to put the flea flicker, but there's going to be a holding penalty called, so it would have wiped the whole thing out anyway.
Well, no, flea flicker develops nicely. Johansson running down that right hash mark had about 5 yards on the defender, but the ball was about 5 yards past him.
So the Dragons looking at a first down and 20 now, back at the Bell 45-yard line. So we get down late in the first quarter, 20 seconds remaining, in fact, in quarter number one play. I think it's going to cost the Dragons 5 more yards.
This is not something that's going to make that Dragon staff happy. Penalties of this sort.
False start. Number 63 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, this is not a team that's crushed with penalties throughout the year. In fact, 3 penalties, 25 yards on the night, all of those on the offense. Now, throughout the year, they're averaging just about 6 penalties a game and about 50 yards. So, I mean, they've had a couple where they've gotten up a little bit, but normally the Dragons aren't a team that worries about penalties. First and 25 from the 50-yard line, as the quarterback, Mason Holmes, sends 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and they throw that little smoke screen to the left. It's caught by Shamar Coleman, looks for a block, got it inside the 40. Shamar Coleman goes 50 yards on a little screen pass, and Holmes dumped out into the corner. Good blocks from his teammates, including Cam Duhon, to spring him. And the Dragons now lead at 20-0.
Yeah, the Duhon block gets him past the first down marker. The rest of it is just pure speed out there on the perimeter by Coleman. That was, again, another play that this Dragon offense makes look real easy.
County Commissioner Gary Fickus brings the point after a 10. Cole Ramage out of the hold of Montana Murphy. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field. 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's the Dragons 21 and the Bell Blue Raiders nothing. Here's the Sewell Cadillac of Grapevine kickoff. Going to go through the back of the end zone, and with 9 seconds to go in the first quarter, Bell will have it at its own 25-yard line.
First and 10, Raiders.
It's on first down and 10 from the 25. They're going to run it as Lawson, the quarterback, who gets out across the 30 near the 33. Gain of 8 yards, and that's the final play of the first quarter as the tackle made by Buck and Miller to end the period. Through 1, it's the Dragons 21 and the Blue Raiders nothing. the Dragons 249 yards of total offense compared to 37 for LD Bell. 10 first downs for the Dragons, 1 for the Blue Raiders. Folks, we'll let you in. We'll let you in on the
peek behind the curtain in the middle of big time broadcast.
Yeah, because you're not helping. You're just sitting there silent.
I handed you the car, and I was just waiting for you to find it.
Second down at the snap, and he keeps it ahead for 4 yards out to the 37-yard line before Grant McFarland makes the stop for the second first down for on the 4th possession. Again, first quarter numbers, the Blue Raiders 24 yards rushing, 13 passing for 37 yards. Carroll 62 yards rushing, 187 passing for the 249. Again, 10-2 now in favor of the Dragons on first down.
Second down, Raiders.
Snapped a keeper on the right side, goes for 2 yards from the 37 to the 39, so it'll bring up 2nd and 8. Thompson, Buck, and Barnes on the tackle for the Dragons. Again, Robert Barnes playing linebacker tonight, coming in for that safety position as they'll snap it to Lawson, and here comes penetration, and he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage and loses the 2 yards he just got. Grant McFarland came knifing through yards, and it'll be a 3rd down and 11 coming.
When Barnes was the first guy into the backfield, Dragons getting a good job getting upfield penetration on this Bell offensive line.
Clock running. Go here first half. Dragons on top, 21-0. As the snap to Lawson has to duck away from a defender. Flag is down as he keeps it around the right side. He'll get across the 35, get to the 39, a gain of 3 yards, not nearly enough before Ryan Miller brings him down. And we'll see what the preliminary flag is.
We have holding, number 71 on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
There you have it. So it'll be a 4th down coming up. Punt time for the Bell Blue Raiders.
And behind the chains, and not an offense that's really built to throw the ball. They're challenged to move it through the air, and Carroll's secondary being part of the strength of that defense, that's not going to be a matchup that favors Bell at all tonight.
Tyler Dunlop with his 4th punt of the night. Again, he's averaging right at 46 yards. 45.7 if you want to get technical, as he puts the right foot into it, kicks it down into Carroll territory, hits inside the 20, and is caught with a fair catch on a hop at the 13 by Jackson Davis, a 48-yard punt right there.
Johansson on the carry. He's out to the 6.
Is on 1st down and 10. It will be Jack Johansson carrying around the left side, and he will get about 3 yards out across the 15 to the 16 before Ricky Petu and Nick Dillard combine on the tackle for the Blue Raiders.
Little stretch play to the perimeter. Johansson turns the corner, and Bell has played that well, strung it out to the sideline. Not much there for Jack.
His intended receiver, Zach Farrar. Matter of fact, one of the Bell Blue Raiders had a better shot at it. It was Fernando Lazo, and that ends a streak of 5 straight completions for Holmes for 117 yards.
Looked like Lazo even got a hand on that as it was going by, but either way, pass misses, and so Carroll goes to 3rd down for a rare occasion tonight.
The Dragons are 2 of 3 on 3rd down tries. The one they didn't get, they did pick up on 4th down. It is 3rd and 7 from the 16. 2 receivers short side left, 2 wide to the right. 4 down linemen for Bell as they play nickel coverage here against the Dragons. Here's the snap to Holmes. Has time, plenty of time. Looks deep over the middle. Pass is caught. Little Jordan Humphrey breaks out of a tackle at the 35. Sheds another at the 40. And here he goes. Needs a block at the Bell 30-yard line. It was DeQuaylen Hill who saved that touchdown. 54 yards on an electrifying pass and run from Mason Holmes to Lil Jordan Humphrey, and the Dragons are at the Bell 30.
He did a lot that was great on that catch. Nice job to go up for it. Nice job fighting out of 2 tackles. Great running after the catch, eluding everybody but Hill. That was a great play by Lil Jordan Humphrey.
1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. They will shift 3 receivers out to the near side of the field. Humphrey and Coleman in the backfield. I'll hand it to Shamar coming around the end with blocking, gets to the 20, has a 10, and he's in for the touchdown. But there is a flag down at the 21-yard line. So let's see if this play will stand. If it is, the Dragons lead 27-8.
I can't see on replay what the penalty was, but that was such a huge running lane off to the left side for Coleman. You almost have to assume something was done.
Duff's famous wing sideline update. Travis.
The other strange thing is that flag came from the back judge about 20 yards away.
Against the defensive team.
So obviously this call did not go against the Dragon guys. It's a face mask against LD Bell.
Well, touchdown Dragons.
Well, hang on.
Penalized on the kickoff.
Okay. Well, he gave the penalty, but he kind of buried the lead. The fact that it's a touchdown and the Dragons lead at 27-0.
Yeah, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and that never really happens.
Yeah. Okay. We'll turn back to page 8 and say there's the call. As the point after attempt by Cole Ramage, brought to you by County Commissioner Gary Fickus, is up and good. Timeout with 9:14 to go until halftime. Our new score, Carroll 28 and Bell nothing. Personal foul. Face mask going to be kicking off from the Bell 45-yard line. The Dragons have 336 yards total offense, and we're not even 3 minutes into the second quarter.
As good as Bell's punter is, Carroll not setting up for returns or just calling fair catches, they're going to have a lot of long drives tonight. They could put up some historic numbers if this continues.
Here's a pooch kick brought to you by the Sewell Cadillac of Grapevine. It's going to be fielded by Ricky Walton down around his 10-yard line. He comes from left to right, gets to the 15, to the 17-yard line, and that's where he's tackled Jacob Dodson, sophomore, and it will be Bell with the football at that point. and 10 from the 17-yard line. The snap to Lawson. He'll hand it off to Pace, and he goes at left guard across the 20-yard line. A gain of about 4 yards to the 21 as Jacob Murphy, the junior, making the stop.
Pace off to the left. Does a nice job making the turn at the perimeter, but again, Carroll doesn't necessarily bite on the decoys off to the right. They play that well.
2nd down and 4 from the 21-yard line. Again, they stay in the pistol set. 2 receivers out to the right. Snap to Lawson. Fakes once. Doesn't move. Now tucks it. Wants to head. He'll get out to the 25-yard line. A gain of about 3 yards on the play for Luke Jeter and Ryan Miller, who's been a busy guy tonight for the Dragons, combining on the stop. A reminder at halftime, we have the Feed Store Barbecue halftime report. Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close to Thanksgiving. Barbecue wants everyone to know that we've got you all set up. We'll tell you more about that at halftime. We've got the turkeys that you can come by and let them cook it for you, or you can actually come eat your Thanksgiving dinner at Feed Store. They're open Thanksgiving Day. Gets knocked down short of the first down yardage at the 36, the 37. So the straight give, and here comes Jacob Murphy, the junior free safety, up on the tackle. That is the first time that Bell's needed less than 6 yards on a 3rd down try. They didn't pick it up there, and they're going to send the punt team on.
And how about the play of Jacob Murphy in the early going? Come downhill and made a couple of really nice hits, stopping Lawson from getting away for what could have been a long run and cutting that off before the first down marker.
Well, Tyler Dunlop, an all-state punter for a reason, has kicked so far 45, 47, 47, and 48. This would boom down to the Dragon 28-yard line, taking a fair catch of Jackson Davis. That one's time to go in the second quarter. Boy, that Tyler Dunlop, he's going to be playing some big-time D1 football here when he heads to the next level. Here is the 1st and 10 pass from the 28-yard line, deep over the middle, caught across the 50. Farrar spins away from a tackler, eludes another as he gives and is knocked down rudely, not before a gain of 25 yards. Zach Farrar really adding it up tonight. 4 catches for 89 yards and so Farrar now up to 873 yards exceeding on the year.
Cape greet him as he made the catch. Spins right.
10, 47, hand it Lil Jordan up the middle he goes, gets to the 35, 30, bounces outside right. Tackler gets to the 10, and he will stroll the 3-yard line where he steps out there. 44 yards on the running play. And what over yards of season earlier in the ball game. Now he's right at 100 for this game on 7 carries. And the Dragons, Kelly, 1st and goal to 3.
He hadn't stepped out at the 3 plays for 150 yards.
1st down and goal. Handed off. Jordan is headed into the end zone. The touchdown. And with 7 to go, here in number 2, the Dragons extend the lead. It's now 34-0.
And this Carroll offense is looking efficient and well-tuned as tonight.
Yep, not bad. 1 week away from the playoffs. They are kind of hitting a stride right here. As the after attempt brought to you by County Gary Fish, up and good from damage. And we'll break halftime. Our new score, Carroll 35 and LD Bell nothing. Scoring drive, 332 yards, took this 2 seconds. And the touchdown run by Lil Jordan Humphrey. A 5-score lead. Dual Cadillac and kick off. Got to be fielded at the 6-yard line as IT Yvonne comes out across the 20, 25 to the 30, and he's down at the 30-yard line. As Jack Davis on the tackle for the Dragon. As on first down and 10, here's the handoff to Lavon Williams. He's going to come to the outside and get a yard to the 35 out to the 36. First time we've seen Williams here, the junior, carrying the football.
Nicely defended by Carroll as Williams hits the perimeter on the right side. Buck fights off of a block to get an arm on him, and Jacob Murphy comes flying in to help the stop.
Here's the snap to Lawson. Quarterback cross straight ahead. Good room across the 40. Dominique Lawson. It's a 16-yard burst up the middle. The longest play of the game for Bell. And the first time they've gotten beyond their own 41. They're to the Dragon 48. First down and 10. As they fake the handoff, and instead the quarterback will keep. It is Dominique Lawson who will get about a yard down to the 47-yard line. Tackle made by Grant McFarland. Luke Jeter also helping out for the Dragons.
Yeah, McFarland kind of chased him down from the backside. He's trying to make his cut, and right as he gets ready to accelerate through the hole, there's McFarland to get an arm on him and bring him to the ground.
Second down and 9 as they go into the full house set. 3 backs in the backfield, and they will hand it off to Terry Pace. He'll try to sweep around the left side and be inside the 45 to the 44. And we'll see what the laundry's about. Clock resting at 5:03 to go here in the second quarter. Get our call here momentarily. Again, remember, bi-district football action right here at Dragon Stadium next Friday night, 7:30. The Dragons in Cedar Hill. Get your tickets early. We've got information on that shortly.
Against the offense, number 71 and number 23, 15-yard penalty, second down.
Ouch. Yep, they kind of frown on chop blocks, so they're going to move it back 15 yards, and Bell will go all the way back to the 38-yard line. 4 penalties, 40 yards now against the Blue Raiders.
That one's really a killer just because Bell had a little momentum going on this drive, but instead of a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, whatever it would have been, now you're looking at second down and a trip to Central Market.
Jackson Cantor in the game ahead for short yardage. Gets out across the 40 to the 41. A gain of 3. Grant McFarland, Ivy Seacat on the tackle for the Dragons.
And you know what you call 3rd and 22, Chuck? That would be behind the chains.
Yes.
And that's not where you want to be with this Dragon defense just kind of hitting its stride. But promising drive for Bell. They were off to a good start, having ground, and unless they've got a play that's good for 21 on 3rd down, it looks like Carroll may be getting the ball back again.
Bell's average need on 3rd down just over 9. Here they need 22. Lawson fakes to throw. Another flag is down as he rolls to the left and gets knocked down as he keeps it out across the 45. The 47 is Barrett Buck knocked him down. Probably going to be a hold, I would suppose. And the Dragons will say no thanks if that is the case. Punt this one away.
Chop block on the offense.
Ooh.
26 and number 71. Be a 15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's Chase Steelman, the sophomore, getting his first start. Call on the chop. And
well, he's been involved
Pace,
in both.
Yeah, both guys at the same play. You know, it's, I thought that might be a recording from Mr. Hand.
Well, I mean, it's no indictment on Steelman. He's probably got a guy up high, and somebody else comes in and gets him low, and there's your chop. Well, 3rd and 36. They set up the screen. Unfortunately, the guy that catches it, Terry Pace, who had a convoy of blockers, falls down at the 24-yard line. It's a loss of 2, and it's going to be 4th down in a long, long way as Doddridge and McFarland are both coming in.
Down in a road trip, but the way this guy hits it, he'll probably punt it to the sticks.
Yep, he certainly can.
4th and 41.
Averaged a little over 45 yards in the ball game. As the line of scrimmage, the 24. Well, a high step goes ahead back toward the goal line. The Dragons rushing back to try to recover it, and they've got it. Are they in the end zone? No, they are just about a foot short as Luke Jeter recovers the football, and the Dragons are going to be a tap-in away from a touchdown. That high snap on the punt. Yep, so you're going to go out of the Wildcat, and Lil Jordan will be the guy who takes the snap. And he's got it, and he surges straight ahead. And that's 6 points for the Dragons at 41-0.
Not much to analyze on that play. That's just strength going right up the middle on a short field. And another rushing touchdown for Humphrey, and Carroll making this academic with 3:44 to play in the first half.
Yep, certainly will. I don't see any of the starters in the second half, so the Dragons, just like last week, going to have probably a big participation chart filled out after the PAT by Cole Ramage up and good. The Dragons have scored 5 touchdowns on their last 11 offensive snaps. How about that? That a 1-yard, 1-play Ozarka drive, 5 seconds. And the Dragons on top 42-0 as the kickoff, brought to you by Sewell Cadillac and Grapevine, from Jake Oldroyd into the end zone, and they'll have it at their 25-yard line. First out at 10. It's going to be Ivan Traylor who's going to get him, or maybe to the 26. From the 26-yard line, here's the snap to Lawson. He'll hand it off to Traylor. He breaks a tackle as he goes left across the 25 out to the 30-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards on the play as Jacob Murphy on the tackle for the Carroll Dragons. Well, Murphy's been a busy guy tonight.
Yeah, that's a guy that would like to get noticed, and I think he has succeeded. I've counted tonight, and I don't even normally do defensive spotting. He's really been all over the place.
Third down, and to go. Second quarter, Dragons up by 42. Here's the snap to Lawson. Play fake. Here comes the pressure. Tucks it down. It's going to keep it straight ahead, and he gets knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain out of the play for Lawson. It'll be fourth down and punt time coming. Grant McFarland, the first one there for the Dragons. Jacob Doddridge also in. 7 possessions now for the Belle Blue Raiders in the football game. They have 3 first downs.
This is sort of like Scooby-Doo cartoons. It always ends the same way. Away with it too. If it hadn't been for you meddling kids, let's punt.
Yep, that's kind of been the story of the game. A little description by you.
Well, you think about it. All those Scooby-Doo episodes ended exactly the same way.
Unfortunately, 70% of our audience don't know what you're referring to. But here's
kids,
the
go back and watch.
4th and 5 punt. 12-yard line. Hauls it in, gets out to the 20, gets to the 25-yard line, and now to the 27. So a 57-yard punt and a 14-yard return. Fernando Lazo on the tackle with 1:27 to go until intermission. That's the longest punt return of the year for the Dragons. On 1st and 10 for the 27, it's going to be a handoff to Shamar Coleman, and he is going to have short yard on the stop for the Blue Raiders.
Well, judging drives, all but 2 came in at less than the minute 3 they've got left now. So if they want to put the accelerator down, there's no reason they can't go in 49-0 ahead.
Probably won't do that, though. 2nd down and 9 for the 28. Snap to Holmes. Can't find a receiver, so he'll tuck it and run. And straight ahead as he goes 30 to the 33. Took a pretty good hit there. Probably not what you want if you're the Carroll coaching staff. And Mason Holmes take a shot over the middle as it was Killo and Eric Heron combining on the stop.
Yeah, he got folded in the middle like an origami project. You do not want that the week before the playoffs.
Yep, and that'll be that. Montana Murphy comes in the game as if on cue. Thank you. No, we're not going to do that anymore, Mason. I think that's what Hal Watson's telling.
But that's just Tavita Ahil entering the game for Bell. 6:03:30.
Big fella. 3rd down and 5 from the 32. It's going to be a running play to Coleman as he goes right across the 35 out to the 36-yard line. Going to be close for the first down, but the clock's going to expire, and we are through the first half of play. 2 quarters in the books on senior night and pink out night here at Dragon Stadium in Southlake. A hand from the crowd on the near side. On top of the LD Belle Blue Raiders, 42-0. But the Carroll Dragons going to get the football to start quarter number 3 as the approach by Tyler Dunlap and the Sewell Cadillac of Grapevine kickoff fielded 4 yards deep by Blake Berwick, and he brings it back out across the 10 to the 15 to the 20 and out to the 21 or so yard line. That's where the Dragons will start, first down and 10 yards to go. First down and 10. Second team offense is in, and it will be a handoff and a gain of about a yard. It's Alex Simpson, a busy guy last week at the senior position, tackled by Malik Caper, and that will be a gain of 1 to the 21-yard line. So let's introduce the Dragon offense. You've got Montana Murphy in at quarterback, 6'3" senior, who will toss it out to Tommy Kane in the right flat. Kane at the 20-yard line, going to be knocked off his feet just across the 21. In fact, he stayed in bounds, they said, as the tackle was made by Devontae Dawson at the corner position. Again, Alex Simpson, the senior, in at there. Talked to his mom before the game. Sebastian Stetler also in at a receiver position. We'll check the receivers out on the left side. That is Tommy Kane. I see him as well. Blake Berwick. So those are your 4 wideouts for the Dragons on third down and 9 from the 21. Montana Murphy, 59% passer on the year, 415 yards. Right-hander fires over on the right sideline, and it was almost intercepted. It was knocked away from Devontae Dawson. It was Christian Nessie, the intended receiver, senior for the Dragons. So Carroll's going to go 3 and out and give the ball over to Bell with 1 minute and 16 seconds gone here in quarter number 3. Well, thanks so much to Paul Hardy from Central Market coming by. Kelly, I know you're sticking around for that because you are a foodie.
Hey, look, I've talked to NFL players, city government members, but it was one I wanted to stick around.
Roll it across the 40 in Bell territory, down to the 35 and down to the 33. So that is going to be a 46-yard punt, and that'll be where the Blue Raiders take it over. First down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Bell going from right to left, west to east here in quarter number 3 as they will hand it off. And the running back sweeping around the end. Going to be a gain of about 9 yards on the play for Levon Williams, the junior, who we saw carry the ball in the first half, but he gets the tote right there and get a nifty gain of 9.
In at quarterback for Bell is Sean Daniels, the junior. He's been the backup for the past 2 seasons. He's kind of the heir apparent. They like what they see in him. A little bigger than Lawson. Probably a stronger arm, if not a more accurate arm, but very athletic. They think they've got a lot in him next year, and so they want to give him a good look this second half.
Sean Daniels, the quarterback, takes the snap and will fake the handoff and keep it around the left end. He'll get across the 45, get to the midfield stride, and be into Carroll territory at the 49. So a first down game, back-to-back 9-yard gains as Jacob Murphy on that tackle for the nothing. And Bell with the football across the 50-yard line in Carroll territory at the 49. 3-man look across the front for the Dragons. We'll identify some of these defensive players in a moment. As on first and 10, here's the snap to Daniels, and he's going to throw over on the right side down to the Carroll 46-yard line where the catch is made there by Jahari Hill. That is his 3rd reception of the year as Jacob Murphy making the tackle. Looking up front, looks like the front team, the first teamers, I should say, on the front line, Jacob Doddridge, Luke Jeter, Jackson Cantor is in there now.
A lot of the first teamers in there still. A little bit of a mix.
They go with the 3-back set, kind of the inverted diamond around the quarterback Daniels, who put it in the belly. The running back coming near sideline. It's a loss of a yard. Ryan Thompson was there. Also Ivy Seacat for the Dragons. That'll bring up third down for the Blue Raiders.
Carroll moving guys around on defense. Barrett Buck, normally the strong safety, lines up almost like an outside linebacker. He's where the bandit would typically be. He comes in on a run blitz and blows that play up in the backfield. He doesn't get the tackle, but he bunches up the Bell blockers. That enables to the Carroll defense to run in and turn that into a negative play.
Zion Sales in the game at a quarterback position. He and Davis in there. Ebo is out as the handoff goes to Terry Pace on third down and about 8 yards. And he'll get from the 47-yard line down to the Dragon 43.5. So not enough for the first down. Ryan Thompson, the sophomore linebacker, on the stop. And Bell's going to send the punt team in.
Dragon starting defense, again, for the most part, it is starters in there. It's a little more elusive, but they settled down and managed to stop this drive.
Punt time for Tyler Dunlop. The line of scrimmage, the 43 now. It's a fake punt as they snap to one of the up-backs and coming near side to the left and dropped short of the first down at the 40-yard line. Was the up-back Terry Pace, and it was Jacob Doddridge. That's why I was delaying to see who made that play. It was Doddridge who knifed through, and the sophomore made a big stop there, and the Dragons are going to have it at their own 41. Berwick, Kane, and Stedler. 3 receivers split out wide to the left side of the field. 1 receiver short side to the right as they will have it inside the 30 to the Bell 20, and he's ridden down from behind inside the 15-yard line, down around the 13 as senior Alex Simpson burst through a big hole, and DeQuaylen Hill finally got him after a gain of 45 yards.
That's a nice moment for the senior. He came into this game 25 carries for 62 yards. He added a nice hefty batch of yards to his total right there, and he very nearly broke it. Only DeQuaylen Hill's speed stopped that.
First down and 10 from the 13. Coming down the midway point of the third quarter, Dragons up 42-0. They'll hand it to Simpson, and he'll shake and tackle the line of scrimmage and get about 4 yards inside the 11 as it was Colin Killow on the stop, the captain of the defense. Killow, one of a couple of Blue Raider defenders. He and Blake Jenkins there. Second down and 6 from the 11-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 right as Montana Murphy looks to the near side for the play call. Dragons are going to let the clock run down, the play clock down to 9 seconds and 9-8. And here's the snap, hand it to Simpson, trying to find running room. Brought down gain as he's turfed by Anthony now. So that'll bring up third down for the Dragons. They'll need about 8.
Part he had to do a detour. Who was in there clogging things. That's he'll clog up a bunch.
Third down and about 7 yards to go. They've got it marked between 12 and 13 as the Dragons will line up 1 receiver short side, left, 3 wide to the right. Is caught. Touchdown Dragons. 12 yards is Berwick, who had a couple of TD catches last week. Gets back in the score chart here as he is that in, and the Dragons lead it 48-0.
So Berwick, 2 catches for 121 yards and 2 scores last week. He has an 8 touchdown night. That's for 3 scores for the senior.
County Commissioner Gary Fitz brings you the point after it. It is good. We've got 5:58 to go in the third quarter, and our new score, Carroll 49, Bell nothing, and the Dragons have a 49-point lead as Jake Oldroyd with a Cadillac Grapevine kickoff. Kiki Walton and John Trailer back to return this kick. Right foot into it with a breeze. Go 8 yards deep in the zone. Says no thanks, knee, and they'll take it at the 28 or 25-yard line. First down, 25-yard line, and the passing over on the right side as it was intended there for Taco Howard. Second and 10. And McClary on defense for the Dragons, linebacker spot, as it will be second down for the Blue Raiders. Again, they're in the all-white traveling uniforms, dark blue numerals, dark blue headgear, light blue bell emblem on the side, the blue B. Dragons in the green over white with the white helmets as they'll hand it off on of about 3. Gavin Arison on the stop for the Dragons.
Brought down at the 28-yard line by Ryan Thompson. Third down, Raiders.
snap to the quarterback, and here is Daniels trying to come around the left end, and he's going to be stopped short of the yardage needed for the first down. In fact, he barely got anything beyond the line of scrimmage, and he'll get out to the 28-yard line. Sean Broadway and Eric Spittler combining on the stop for the Dragons. So 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Carroll was forced to bell punt, up 49-0.
So you look at a couple series with Sean Daniels running the offense. You got to like his athleticism. His blockers a chance to set something up for him. He just took off hoping he could outrun the Carroll defenders, and he didn't have any help, so that was a negative play on third down.
6 punts, 48.5-yard average for Dunlop as he bangs this one down into Carroll territory across the midfield stripe. This is going to be his shortest kick of the night. It goes out of bounds at the Carroll 38-yard line, a 33-yard punt, and it will be the Dragons take it over with 4:32 to go here in quarter number 3. He will be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Really no gain on the play. Giles on the tackle. Second down and 10. Handoff Simpson. Going to go at left tackle. A little knife across the 40 to the 45 and out to the 47. Eric Heron on the tackle for the Blue Raiders. A gain of 8. Updating our Kincaid's Hamburgers college football scoreboard tonight. Temple on top of SMU 35. Owls 22nd in the country, pretty well tonight.
The ranked Temple Owls. Let that sink in just for a moment, folks.
Former Dragon Jackson Mitchell named a team captain on defense this week and getting a start at will linebacker. I am pleased as punch. Congratulations, the Mitchell family. Of course, Evan Brown started center for a long time. Here's a handoff. Simpson across the 40, gets down to the 35, and Simpson inside to the 23 yards on the carry, down to the 30-yard line is where he's down. 7 carries, 79 yards for Alex Simpson as Tyler Eubank and Malik Caper on the stop for the Blue Raiders. On 1st and 10, the Dragons go quickly back to the line of scrimmage, and Simpson's going to get another carry. He's going to ride this workhorse. A defensive tackle with a 350-pound bench press. It means he could probably do you and me, Kelly, all at once. That's lifting some dead weight, isn't it?
No comment, sir.
2 receivers left, 2 right for the Dragons. Montana Murphy, the quarterback. Clock running, 2:25 to go third quarter. Carroll up 49-0. There's the snap, handed off. Simpson has blocking inside the 25, gets down to the 20. And he's got a first down near the 19-yard line. Malik Caper, the freshman, on the tackle. 9 more yards for Alex Simpson, a senior who's making a strong bid to be our post-game offensive interview on the Children's Health Specialty Center post-game show.
Well, he's more than doubled his season rushing total just in the
12 Carroll plays in the second half, and exactly 3/4 of those have been Simpson runs. And now make it more. They give it to him from the 20, and he will slither his way down to about the 18, close to the 17. So Alex Simpson, all 5'6", 150 pounds of him, getting 2 yards. Clock running down to 1:30 here in the third quarter. Montana Murphy looking to the near sideline for the play calling, and the Dragons letting the play clock run down. 17, 16, and 15. So no hurry to run this play. He's got Simpson in the backfield. Boy, Alex has to be tired by now. It's going again and again and again. Let's see if they dial him back up. As the snap to Murphy, he faked the pass, twisted down at that point. In fact, they say he stayed inbounds. Gain of 8 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Tyler Eubank and Ricky Tattoo on the stop for the Bell Blue Raiders. Quickly to Travis, the Dust Famous Swing sideline update.
Just a great anticipation by Montana Murphy that the defender jumped that little screen play to Tommy Kane. He just tucked it and went the other way and was able to pick up positive yardage.
Well, Montana Murphy, a senior with a lot of skill, and he reads the field as well as anyone. With a nifty play there to set up a 3rd down and 1 at the 10. Here's a handoff to Simpson. He'll wiggle his way inside the 10, gets down to the 5, and he is stopped with a gain of 5 yards on the play. Another first down. Ricky Tattoo on the stop. Now Huel Simpson has blocking, has room inside the 5, down to the 1, to the goal line. Touchdown, Alex Simpson. And on senior night, Simpson crosses the 100-yard mark. He has 101 on the evening, and the Dragons extend the lead to 55-0.
And it's not just what he's doing it with a mix of reserve offensive linemen against mostly starters for Bell. He is running with authority, coming downhill with quick cuts, looking great.
Point after attempt brought to you by County Commissioner Gary Fickus from Cole Ramage. It's good. Timeout, 12 seconds to go, third quarter. Dragons 56 and the Blue Raiders nothing. 56-0. Carroll on top. Ozarka Brand scoring drive. 9 plays, 61 yards. Took 4 minutes and 20 seconds. 5-yard touchdown burst by Alex Simpson. Dragons up by 8 touchdowns in the game as the Sewell Cadillac and Grapevine kickoff from Jake Oldroyd is going to go through the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Dragons will send the defense out and Bell the offense on with 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. On first down and 10 for the 25, the play fake. The quarterback keeps Sean Daniels, goes around the right side, has plenty of room into the open, crosses the 50, Dragon 40, down the numbers to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, L.D. Bell. Sean Daniels goes 75 yards on a straight burst to the end zone, and Bell breaks the shutout on the final play of the third quarter. It's now 56-6.
That's got to make you happy if you're the Bell offensive staff, because that's your quarterback next year. Tremendous chippiness.
Now we'll wait for the call and see if it's going to be one of these post-touchdown penalties that's assessed on the kickoff. I would assume it is. But for Bell, it's a little sliver of sunshine on an otherwise gloomy night. Carroll with a 56-6 advantage now, but at least they've broken the seal on the board.
Well, and what a way to do it, too. I mean, you'd like a nice sustained drive that gives your offense a chance to execute, but big plays, the kind of thing that could give you a little bit of late momentum. You know, we heard from Mike Glaze earlier in the week that they were going to give Daniels a look to see what they had. I think they've got
a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against number 4.
Well, there you have the explanation from Mr. Hand. So
there's your answer.
That'll be mark off on the kick. 82 yards of offense for Bell before that play. They get 75 on one snap. So almost doubling their output. And now Tyler Dunlop, as they wait for another lineman to come on. Somebody going to have to hurry and get on the wing set for on the right side. Now they're ready to go for the PAT. Dunlop try to tack one on here. Holder Dominic Lawson, the quarterback. Good snap, ball down, kick on the way, and it's good. So a timeout at the end of the third quarter. It's Carroll 56 and Bell 7.
We are Dragon fans. We're looking for the best in the stands. It is the handstand.
Fourth quarter set to start. Dragons leading by a score of 56-7. Carroll. Here's the Sewell Cadillac of Grapevine kickoff. Going to be bunched down to the Dragon 25-yard line where it is hauled in there. The fair catch by Sebastian Stetler, and the Dragon offense will come out here to start quarter number 4. And we're looking at some of the offensive linemen just a moment ago. Trace Anderson is in at the left tackle position. Cade Long, we said was a little bit queasy throughout the week. He didn't start at left guard. Actually, Anton Ezzard did. So Long in at the left guard. Young man that is. He's in at center. Justin Lee, Jr. at right guard, and the right tackle, Big Henry Clean. So the second team offensive line in there as they will hand it off. Montana Murphy will give it on the running play in a short gain out to the 26-yard line, gain of about 1. That was Simpson, I suppose. Yes, it was.
Coming into this possession, Chuck, Carroll offense not only efficient but balanced. 273 yards on the ground, 279 through the air.
Not exactly balanced, but pretty doggone close. Second down and 9 from the 26.
Picky.
Dragons are running the clock down. 7 seconds, 6, 5 on the play clock. Murphy throws out, gets across the 25-yard line, out near the 27 as Colin Killo and Cassine Satillo on the tackle. I actually call it the 29. It's going to be a 3-yard gain on the play as Tommy Kane hauls that one in. A minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Dragons up 56-7. Bi-district playoffs next week. Cedar Hill comes to town. When you get your tickets on Monday. Matter of fact, we get information on that. We'll give you after this play. As Murphy, in under the play clock, run down to 8 seconds, 7 and 6. Now down to 4 and 3. You get that snap off. They do. Murphy has it, has protection as he looks to throw. Looks over on the right side, throws complete to the boundary at the 38-yard line, and pumped out of bounds was Clayton Keys, the junior, who makes for the Belle Blue Raiders. So we'll check and see what the marker's about.
That's maybe a coach getting in the official's comfort zone. There appeared to be heated words, and then the flag went flying.
So the note we have from the Carroll ISD.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the defensive team, 15 yards.
So just a note, if you're looking for tickets to the Cedar Hill game, what we know now, there will be no online ticket sales for the playoff game. All seats will be general admission and will be on sale at Dragon Stadium Tuesday through Thursday. Next Tuesday through next Thursday from 8 until 4 p.m. and on Friday from 8 until noon. So those are the times that you can get tickets. They will also be sold at the Carroll High School and Carroll Senior High campuses Tuesday and Thursday from 11:30 to 1:30. So you can get them at the stadium or at the school campuses. From the 46, Alex Simpson will get a gain of about 3 yards on the play. London Giles on the stop for LD Bell. Simpson now up to 105 yards on the night. You know why that's big, Kelly? He just eclipsed Will Jordan Humphrey, who had 104. Well, we'll talk more about it after this timeout as Bell stops the clock. Dragon football. Is on second down and 7 from the 43. They'll give it to Simpson, and he will get down to the 41-yard line, gain him a couple before Fernando Lazo making the stop. We're talking about those tickets again for the games next week. Again, no online ticket sales for the playoff game next Friday night, 7:30 here in Southlake against Cedar Hill. All general admission seats will be on sale at Dragon Stadium and at Carroll Senior High and at Carroll High School. I'll give you those times and dates in just a moment. It's on 3rd down and 5. Montana Murphy tries to swing one over on the left sidelines near the numbers at the 40, and it was intended for Blake Berwick. It's incomplete as it was Nick Dillard over in the coverage. The Dragons 8 of 11 on 3rd downs. Did we get a flag at the end of the play? We certainly did. Boy, that was about as they were setting the ball down. I think one of the Dragons might get a little chippy there.
Either that or Crash called somebody something.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 69 on the offensive team. The 15-yard penalty is still 4th down.
Well, I'll tell you what, after what Anthony Gervaisi's been through, again, if you heard the pregame show, I'm going to cut him a little slack here.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's going to be 4th down. I like Anthony. He's a good guy. Hey, we didn't have, we had a good long interview. I wanted to talk to him more about his cooking. I hear, Gervaisi, it's got a little Italian in it. I hear that he can cook some serious food. And I bet his mom can just put some delicious Italian fare on the table. In fact, I think I heard some of the coaches talking about it, how good it was. Here's a punt from Walton, a 44-yard punt, and that's where the Blue Raiders will have it. 1st down and 10 yards to go with 9:10 to go here in the 4th quarter. Dragon.
Devon Williams on the carry.
On first out and 10, Sean Daniels, the quarterback, hands it off to Levon Williams, who will get out to the 15-yard line at Dragon Stadium Tuesday through Thursday from 8 to 4, and on Friday from 8 to 12. Tickets will also be sold at the high school and the senior high campuses on Tuesday through Thursday from 11:30 in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon. So a couple of short 2-hour windows there, Tuesday through Thursday at the senior high and at the high school. So hand it to Williams again, and he will get from the 15 out to the 20, gain of about 5 yards on the play. Season ticket holders will have an opportunity to purchase their seats first. There will be open ticket sales for season ticket holders only in the athletic office at 2400 Carroll Avenue on Monday. This is Monday from 8 until 4. So if you're a season ticket holder, you want to get by there and get your seats. You get first call, first dibs on the bi-district playoff game coming next week. So snap had been knocked down back at the 17, loss of about 3 yards on the play. Quick penetration came from Gavin Arison, the junior strong safety, who came down and again was nibbling at his ankle and finally got him brought down there. If you're wondering how much ticket cost, all tickets at the gate $10, student pre-sale $6, adult pre-sale $8. Those are the ticket prices. $10 at the gate, $8 for adults pre-sale, $6 for students pre-sale. And you can always contact the Carroll ISD Athletic Office if you have any questions at all. It's punt time for Tyler Dunlop, who's standing at his 5-yard line. 7:37 in the fourth quarter. Dragons up 56-7, about to get the football back. Isbell has to hurry a blocker on here at the near side. Well, I had to bring 2 blockers on. They're ready to go. And Dunlap, right-footed punt, bangs this one deep into Carroll territory. Hits at the 40, rolls all the way down to the 35, picked up at the 25. Here comes Davis, back up the numbers right to the 40, 45, 50, gets into Bell territory, and at the 40-yard line, he is finally tackled at that point as it was Terry Pace on the stop. Was there a marker down?
A couple of markers back there by the 30.
Well, that's kind of in that glossy area where the lights
a little hard to see, but
bouncing out off the artificial surface below.
But a nice return.
Yep. That was 60-yard. We think it's going to be a 13-yard return. That
stand. 6 on the return team. Be a 10-yard penalty to Spire.
On the carry. Good for about a yard. By Carroll's dog.
The handoff goes to Alfredson and Grolas Dawood. Mr. Dawood.
Yeah, I think that might be the Egyptian calling football here.
Get down to 9. 21. Good food. Egyptian.
No joke.
Here's the play. He's going to tuck it down and run to his left across out to the 23. It's a 2. Spencer Brown and Montana Murphy down the midway point of the quarter. Well, we kept this under wraps, not for any reason. I like seeing one of those guys that likes to spring it on you, but there is a little bit of a milestone to tonight's game. I think the fellow does.
You'll want to stay tuned for that.
Yep, you want to stick around. I'll tell you, listening audience, here, Alex Simpson get across the 29-yard line, the first down yardage needed. And there's also a marker down on the play. This, by our calculation, and I believe is correct, if my math is right. Maybe I should let Sperry take a look at it just to make. This is going to be the 100th victory for Lawson as the head coach of the Carroll Dragons.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, 3 on the offense, be half the distance to go, down.
How about that? 100 wins for Hal Lawson.
Yep. Well, you know, you put that beside his career number, which is going to go up to 217. Something to be celebrated. And again, I don't think he has any idea because he's not one for numbers, so we'll see. Timeout on the field. We'll break with him. 5:31 to go fourth quarter. Dragons leading 56-7. Dragons
Healthcare system, whether it's parenting issues or treating the most complex pediatric medical conditions.
Dragon punt on a 4th down and 15. That's 33 yards out to the 50-yard line where Ricky Walton hauls it in. And Bell will have the football to start 1st down and 10 from the midfield stripe. With the quarterback, Sean Daniels in there. Again, Dominic Lawson, the starter, played into the 3rd quarter, but now it is Daniels' game as he'll hand it off, and running around the left end goes Pace. He has room inside the 40 to the 35 and down to the 31-yard line. Gain of about 18 on the play before Hank Cutamanos comes up from the free safety position to make the stop. There's also a marker down on the play. See if this might be coming back.
Well, given the general direction of the throw, I'm thinking that is probably the case, and everybody walking backwards, so yes.
Here's our call.
We have a holding, number 71 offense, dead ball, personal foul, number 40 offense. Be 10-yard penalty and a 15-yard penalty.
Ouch.
Oh, ouch.
Yep, that's a lot. Terry Pace, and he goes at left tackle on 1st and 35, and he gets a couple of yards to the 27. Now we're getting more flags. Not sure what this is all about. Yes, sir.
Well, hearing you bad disc just as evidence of how old we're getting. It used to be a bad disc.
Personal foul, face mask, number 43 on the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
He just sidetracked you there. Go ahead.
Talking Heads disc or something that wasn't any good. Now it's back pain. This whole age, not a big fan, really.
Well, that 1st and 35 just became a 1st and 10 at the Baylor.
Well, they are wearing green, Chuck, but no, I don't think so.
A multitasking. And Baylor just crossed my eyesight. There's a bad snap on 1st and 10 of the quarterback. Goes back and lays on it as it's Ian Gann who is now in at quarterback. Gann, 3rd quarterback of the night we've seen for LD Bell, and it's a loss of 14 yards of the bad snap. He lays down on it back at the 28. Clock running 4:20 to go.
It was 1st and 35. Then it was 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and...
Yes.
What do we got here? 2nd and 24. Yeah, Ian Gann, a senior, reserve quarterback, getting a little bit of time here in what will be the final game for Bell and the final game of his career. Mike Glaze and the staff giving him an opportunity to get a few snaps under fire here.
Yep, Glaze is a class guy. He's going to let these seniors. There is the handoff that will get across the line of scrimmage to 29, maybe to the 30, and that's Terry Pace. The junior running back gets Kevin Harrison, the junior, making the stop for the Dragons.
Well, you talk about Mike Glaze. As we mentioned earlier, he was the offensive coordinator for Joey McGuire over at Cedar Hill. And when things are fully installed and operational, you're going to see a lot of similarities between this program and that behemoth to the south. A lot of the same systems, a lot of the same techniques, even the nomenclature. They talk about running at Raider speed. They want their guys going full speed.
3rd down and 23 from the 29-yard line. They'll give it to Pace. Go straight ahead for a yard to the 31. Gets us down on 3 minutes to go in the football game. The Dragons on top 56. Going to close out the year at 8-2. Senior linebacker in there for the Dragons. LD Bell going to finish at 1-9. Carroll's only 2 blemishes this year, back in week 1 to Westlake, 20-14, and then 37-35 to Trinity 3 weeks ago. Aside from that, a perfect campaign. Jackson Davis standing back at his 25-yard line is Tyler Dunlop. We'll have to kick this one away again. Dunlop has had, let's see, a top end of a 60-yarder tonight, low end of a 33. That was, I guess you can't be perfect on every kick, but that's his only kick in the game. Only punt less than 45 yards. Puts the right foot into it, and this one will carry wobbly into Carroll territory and hit down at the 35. Kind of takes a sideways spin and then let it punt with 2:13 to go here in the 4th quarter. The Dragons on top 56-7.
Alex Simpson on the carry.
So we'll hand it off. Alex Simpson on 1st down and 10 from the 34. And get 8 yards out to 42 before Cassim Satillo on the stop for the Belle Blue Raiders.
It's 122 yards rushing and still counting.
Well, give him some more because they're going to hand it off to him, and he gets from the 44 to the 45. This is also a flag down at the end of the play, and now another flag comes down.
There have been a few of those in the second half here.
Well, there's an injured Dragon that is down on the field right now. He's going to require attention. It's Scott McTighe who's in there, and he's still seated down around the 44-yard line. Taking a look at him there. Offensive line coach Brad Skinner up to take
this.
Yeah, I got this. Look at him. Begrudgingly walks to the sideline. He's like, man,
disgustedly unsnapping the chin strap.
Defense will be a 5-yard penalty. We also have a dead ball, conduct against the defense.
Well,
this one got a little chippy tonight.
Well, and this is probably not something.
He is ejected.
Well, we also get in. Nick Dillard sent from the field. So, again, a lot of discussion.
You know, end of a season, frustrations run a little high. You're not playing as well as maybe you'd hope, but at least you're still competing and you're still physical.
5-yard penalty, 130 yards, Kelly.
That is a bunch of penalty yards.
And again, you talk about the frustrations built up. This Bell team is going to be so different next year. I know Mike Glaze is going to have it back squarely in the middle of the playoff map in no time. So
a lot of it's just going to be having a full off season. They didn't get the benefit of that this year as he was putting his staff together and making the transition. But, you know, 1 year with everybody to learn the system, I think they've got the talent. You can see that. I think they're going to be a pretty salty bunch next year.
1st down and 10 from the 35. Handoff Simpson. Comes left. Has 5, has 10. Cuts. Nice. 20. Gets down to the 15 and to the 13-yard line goes Alex Simpson before he's brought down by Dawson. It's a gain of 22 yards on the play. 20 carries, 147 yards.
And you got to love this for Alex Simpson. Whatever happens from here, he goes off and does whatever he does. He can tell people he rushed 100 and a bunch in a Texas 6A high school football game. Dragons now have more rushing yards than they do passing. It's 311 to 292, and I still think that's balanced, Chuck. You can quibble with me if you will. But
45 seconds left as they snap it from the 13. Simpson will run. He'll twist inside the 10 and fall backwards down to the 8-yard line, gain of about 5. The Dragons will not have to run another play, leading 56-7. We're under 40 seconds before the play clock starts. So that should be the end of this one. And what a game for the Carroll Dragons. Boy, they look good tonight.
Hard to argue with much of what this offense has done the last 2 weeks. And yes, you have to make some function well against pretty much everybody, Trinity and all the rest. You got to like your chances going into the playoffs with that kind of weaponry at your disposal.
And that'll do it on the 2015 regular season as the Kids 0. The final score tonight, the Carroll Dragons 56 and the LDL Blue Raiders 7.
Count me in, that's when it make a count me